Hi there, I hope you're doing well. During a recession or an economic crisis, it can be difficult to hold on to a job, and it can also be difficult to find a new one because employers are waiting to get some really good signals from the economy that things are going well before they start hiring more people back on and before they start expanding their company. So for many people, the only option is to do casual work or hourly work for a while until things start getting better. However, for some people, this kind of freelance work that they can do on a casual basis for a variety of different employers works for them really well. So in this video, I just wanted to go through my top 3 tips for how to get yourself set up as a freelancer and the things you should focus on. Tip number 1, identify your skills. Tip 2, sell your skills. And tip 3, network your skills. Now these probably all seem really obvious, but I'm going to go through one by one and explain some of the things involved. Now that first one is about identifying your skill set. These are things that are actually already in your resume or your CV. When you go to an employer, you try and market yourself to get a particular job full time. You've pretty much got a bullet point list in there of the kind of skills that you have. So you have to work out which ones of those you'd actually you'd like to offer to clients on an ongoing basis as a variety of different services. Now for some of those you might need a certification or a particular qualification that you need to finish, or you might be studying right now. But either way, you just want to get those top 3 or 4 things that you can sell as services and then start marketing those to people. Because when you think about it, an employer is going to hire you for a few years or a few days. The only difference is how regularly you'll have to get back out there to market yourself to different clients. Now the skills that you offer, you might be able to do in person or you might be able to offer them remotely. And there's a couple of things to remember about remote work because the economy that you live in has living costs to take into account. And someone that you might be competing with online who works in a different country where their living costs are a lot lower may be able to offer the exact same services for a lot lower money. So when you're marketing your skill set, you need to make sure that you also do market it to the local economy that you're living in, the local businesses around you, the local networks. Make sure you have a balance between the things that you can offer exclusively online where you never meet your client and the kind of work that you can do when you actually go and meet someone to offer them the services. And of course right now with social distancing, it's a little bit difficult to do that sort of thing, but I encourage you to make sure that you can still do work for people that are in the local business area and the local economy around you, because that'll make sure that you get paid a fair market rate for the place that you happen to be living. So tip number 2 around selling your skill set. Part of that is networking with people around you, the local businesses. The other part is promoting yourself online. That can be through Facebook or LinkedIn. You might want to start up a website or use social media to promote yourself and your services. The best way to do that is to go through and create a really good LinkedIn profile that explains what you do and the fact that you can offer these services on a freelance basis as well. Because often when you look like you're just an employee and you just are looking for a full-time job, people don't think or they don't know that they can also hire you on an hourly basis for that kind of thing. So it's very important that you explain in your LinkedIn profile and your resume that you're able to do that sort of work as a freelancer as well. Social media is a great way to promote yourself, but just be aware of the fact that when people do a search on you, they can see all the comments and things that you've said online if they're public. So if it's Twitter or Facebook and your profile is public, people can see what you've been talking about. So just keep in mind, if you're wanting to be a freelancer, part of your personal brand is the views that you put out there online. So focus on making sure that you can talk about industry things, the kind of work that you're doing, the kind of work that you want to do. Keep your comments around those sorts of things for a while and downplay the kind of opinion pieces you might put out around politics or social things that are going on right now, because those things can be really loud and it's going to overpower your ability to talk to clients about the services you can actually offer. Now it's okay if you don't know how to put together a website. You can hire another freelancer to help you. You might even be able to trade your skills with someone else so they can help you to put your profile together online. I'll put some resources in the links below around how you can find out how to do this, but the key thing you've got to remember is that unless people know what you're selling, they can't hire you. So make sure you put together a really good suite of services that people can hire you for and then start engaging with people. Now the hard part about that is sometimes you're going to have to cold call people, pick up the phone, call people, send them emails, follow up with them. You're really going to have to convince people that you can actually do the job. And part of the way that you do this by starting out is to do this kind of work for friends and family so you can practice and so that you can get some feedback from those people on what your service offering is like, the kind of work that you do. You can build that portfolio of work and then you can start offering that to other people. It's really important that you get paid for your time. So don't just go and work for lots of clients for free, because because that's not the point, right? The point is that you need to use this as an income, but make sure that you can put together a portfolio of the work that you've done, regardless of what kind of work it is. Sometimes if it's just service, say if you're working in a store, in a shop, or in a kitchen or somewhere, you need references as a portfolio, testimonials that people can give, that they can say, yes, you can definitely do that work and I'd recommend that person. That's essentially part of the portfolio that you'd have to sell and market yourself. So the third point is around networking your skill set. It's really important that you make sure that other people who do the same kind of work as you know who you are. Now, you might think that these are competitors, and they are, but think about it from this point of view. If someone as a client gets you for 2 weeks of your time, you suddenly can't really work with anyone else. So if a client came to you and offered you a couple of extra days work while you've got 2 weeks of work on, you wouldn't want to tell your client to go away, because then you might lose them. You'd want to take on that work, but you'd want to outsource it to another freelancer. So this is one of the key things about networking with other freelancers, is because you become part of a network of essentially colleagues who are doing similar kinds of work for you. So don't be afraid of being part of these professional networks of people. It's how you learn, it's how you grow your skills, and it's absolutely how you grow your network. If not enough people know that you're actually doing the work, it's going to be really difficult for people to find you. And I think about 30% of the time you do get the work through referrals. Someone you know or someone you've worked with will refer more work to you. So it's really important that you get a big network of people who know what you do. This can be professional networks, it can be Facebook groups, it can be professional meetups. Make sure you network with other people who can give you advice and mentor you so you can grow your network as well. So there you go, my top 3 tips for getting started. I know this can be a really daunting thing to go through, from having the security of full-time work to putting yourself out there and setting yourself up as a freelancer, but trust me, you do have skills that are valuable. You've used them before. If it's been studying or working part-time or working full-time, you do have a selection of skills that are available and useful to people. So make sure you go through the process of working out what they are, working out how to sell them, and then networking with people who can benefit from them, because before you know it, you'll actually set yourself up with the flexibility to have an income that can not only help you now, but in the future as well, if you need to supplement and add that to your income in the future. So stay positive, be confident in yourself, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.